It's a Wednesday, and I know every other Wednesday or so we get a chance to share a cup of Joe with our pal Joe Convertino Jr. from CH Insurance. Joe, good morning. Live, unplugged here this morning. Live appearance. How are you?
Good morning. I'm a little nervous in studio, Gomez and Tanisha.
It's usually on the phone there. Yeah, well, good. Well, first,
it's great, though. How are you guys?
It's good. No, it's great. It's
yes. Right. You should be nervous because I've never gotten to interview you, so.
I know. And then, of course, Gomez didn't let you know I was coming, but I brought gifts, Tanisha, as I told you. I got cups and lip balm, all CH material for you.
Hand me one there, Joe. I'll hold it up right in front of the camera here so people can see it. Look at that. See, that's very cool. Look at that. There's
awesome. Thank you.
The
that's a beautiful.
Some Band-Aids and lip balm for Tanisha.
Band-Aids, because, you got... Your daughter's playing sports, and
I'll keep those in my car. Yep.
Because just when you need one. And then look at that, some lip balm here.
Yeah, I'll put that in my
ready
purse.
For cold weather.
Cold weather.
Look at that.
That's you know what I tell people, Joe? I tell people now, stop buying lip balm. If you just go to all these, your dentist, your insurance guy, your doctor.
I walked into your office. There's a box of it out front, probably. It's Galaxy branded. Seriously.
Yeah, you don't need to even buy that stuff anymore. You can get it for free now.
Right.
Well, Joe, on the way, I don't know if you happened to catch us earlier talking, but there was a Reddit thread, and it's a website where people just topics and what have you, but one of the topics that was making rounds on there was a list of things that people only pretend to like, but deep down they don't. And some of the things on there were things like other people's kids, vacationing with extended family, things like that, corporate jobs with, corporate phrases. That people, it's like they pretend to like them. You have to go with it sometimes. But what would you put in that category? Things that people pretend to like, but deep down they probably don't really like it. But they have to, or they do pretend.
You want me, my answer, right, guys?
Yeah, what would you say?
Well, I would say when my wife and kids bring Chinese food home. I listen, it's just all the sauces on it. I go, at least, is there chicken in there? Somewhere. So that's for me. I got to pretend I like it.
Pretend you like it. Okay, because otherwise you ain't eating that night.
Right.
No, it's like, what are we getting tonight?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that. And another one, because we were chatting a little bit offline. This is a good one too.
I got to relate it to golf, and I know Tanisha laughed, but with my wife, she would say, pretending I like to play golf with me. Bring around, it's 85 degrees.
Yeah.
We played in Florida a couple weeks ago, 9 holes. It was like 90 degrees at 3:30.
Ooh.
And she was just like, get me off this place.
Ooh. I hope you had a cart.
Oh, yeah, we had a cart.
See, if you don't want her to come with you, then don't get a cart one day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not allowed in this league. It's a no cart league. Just walking only.
Yeah, we're like the professionals. They don't use carts,
No.
Anyway, Joe, we usually have on the phone every other week or so with insurance-related questions. And as you said, Tanisha, normally at 8:30, you're at the other gig. So here's an opportunity. Did you have a question specifically for Joe?
I do, Joe, because, this is one burning question I've always had in my mind when it comes to insurance. Do you or don't you get a deductible, pray for a deductible? You know what I mean? It's like, is that based off of like, okay, am I a good driver? Am I good at this? Because, do I really need a $500 deductible? Because it sounds good because the price is cheaper when they're like, here, if you get this $500 deductible, the price for this insurance is only this. But then once you have to pay the deductible,
correct.
You're like, why did I get that deductible?
Correct. Just so, all the viewers know, deductibles are what either a business pays or a personal driver or homeowner pays when there's a claim. Okay,
right.
So in Tanisha's case, $500. So that means if you hit a deer, right, you're on the hook for $500. Water in the basement, you're on the hook for $500. So
even though like the basement, like as we talked about flooding this year, so even if there was like $10,000 damage, as long as you had the insurance
You're on the hook for $500.
for the deductible.
Right. And same thing with a business, right? If they have millions of dollars of values or fleets of vehicles, same thing. But typically in the personal world, Tanisha, you look at your situation. I mean, you know, are you a good driver? Have you had any claims? Is it an older vehicle, right? If you're driving around in a 2012 Camry, why would you want a $500 deductible? Go to $1,000, save some premium, right?
Because you know that thing's going to be totaled when you wreck it. Is that what you're saying?
And you're not going to replace it. You're going to take the insurance money and go get another vehicle. In Gomez's case, what are you driving, Gomez? A BMW 2021?
2016 Honda CRV. Very reliable, good on gas.
Will run forever.
Yes.
You probably have $1,000 deductible on comp and collision.
You know, I might, and I'll be honest with you, in my house, my wife handles
everything.
Financial, insurance, any payments. For me, payday is like the Academy Awards, as the old joke goes.
When do I get to talk to her, Gomez? When do I get to talk to her?
But probably, well, now, is there also a case, Joe, where if people come in and they have too much, not just for deductible, because is it possible to be like over insured and say, you really don't need that?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you got to work with your agent to what happens in homeowners coverage, just like everything, inflation, 2 to 3% every year, 2 to 3%. What's that mean? Your premium's going up a little too.
Yes.
So talk to your agent about that. But Tanisha, back to you. Not to put you on the spot, what are your auto deductibles?
Of course, I don't know,
So
do my own. I handle my own bills.
I don't know these things, and these are stuff we should know, Joe. You're right, but
I don't. But I don't want a deductible. I'm not a bad driver. I think I've only had one claim ever. That was like maybe 4 years ago, where I backed into somebody who was in my driveway. I hit their car, and they had just gotten the car like the day before. So it wasn't even 24 hours that they had the car, and I wrecked it really good. But I lease a lot. So with leases, I feel like, should you get a deductible or should you not? Because it's basically a new car.
Now, typically with new cars, the lowest you can go is $250. Okay, so you cannot say no to a deductible.
I want zero deductible.
Right. Always remember, we all have full glass on our personal autos. No deductible, right? So the rock hits the window, right? The glass costs $300, no deductible. So most personal auto policies give you full glass coverage. So Tanisha, you're right. In a new lease, beautiful car, you want to get options though. $250, $500. I wouldn't go $1,000 on a new car.
No. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
And same thing with the home, right? If you've been in your home forever, and you have a $250 or $500 deductible in your home, you got to look at, if I've been in here 20 years, have I ever had a home claim? Maybe I talk to my agent and go from $500 to $1,000 and save $180.
Wow.
Okay.
That could happen.
See, look at that. Here's one from Twitch in the stream chat. It's twitch.tv/TK Classic Rock. How often should you recheck insurance quotes for house and car insurance?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. We for most individuals, every 3 years, every 3 to 4 years, you should take a peek.
Okay.
Because carriers, remember, we're an independent agency, so we have 10 to 15 carriers that you've heard of: Travelers, New York Central, Preferred Mutual, who advertises with Galaxy.
Sure.
Right, so they do home and auto and businesses. They all have different niches, right? My kids are out of the house, not driving anymore. When they were driving, there's only so many carriers, Tanisha. Wait till your kids start driving, Tanisha.
Don't mention
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So certain carriers have different ratings for this. Then when the kid goes to school, you can get a discount when they're away from college without the car. So work with your independent agent to understand these options.
Okay. So
Very
basically, you need to get an agent, and you just have to just divulge all your whole life. Like, here's my life.
Yeah, unfortunately,
They're kind of like a counselor. Here's my life.
Here's
and
my
tell
stuff.
me how you can make it better.
Well, you want everything covered, God forbid. That's
Right.
what insurance is for. And hopefully you never
Yeah.
need it or use
Right.
it. And how much does that change, Joe, when hypothetically when Tanisha's kids are old enough to drive and maybe driving her vehicle?
That's a lease.
Probably correct.
That's a lease.
You'd have to disclose that he or she's the driver. Probably $800 to $1,000 a year, guys. But Tanisha, what you'll do is you want him to, take defensive driving at school, or not defensive driving, driver's ed. Remember
Okay.
the old driver's ed days?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
But Gomez, that's why we're in your corner, right?
I know.
CH.
Yeah.
It says right here on the side of the cup. Look at
Oh yeah, it does. In your corner.
in your corner.
And,
Right
and
there.
aren't you guys like a basketball team? Isn't that your like?
She's seen the commercials.
Yeah, a lot of-
And
lot
the
of
commercials and
sports
the
references.
billboards.
Yeah.
Yes, we're kind of we love SU sports.
I know you're a
love-
big supporter of SU sports.
Yep, we love team building. Our culture at the office is just off the charts with what we do, and we have fun. And we're in a boring business, guys, insurance. But we have fun with it.
And I would think too. This is just an observation or a thought on it in your business. Often, when people are calling you or the agents, they're calling you because if they've been in an accident or something. Right. So they're not maybe always in the best mood. Right. Maybe.
Well, I
Ooh.
think you.
Right. I would think not every
Gomez,
time.
you met my father. When I
Yes, I
first
did.
got in the business 25 years ago, he said, when we get a call, something's happened. Okay? Now, your bill could be wrong.
Yep.
You had a claim. You have a situation. It's not just you have a claim.
Yeah.
Right? That's where our service shines. Okay? Is when there's, think about it. People have tangible products. We're an intangible, right? It's the people behind the insurance that make this work. Boy, what a great way to end.
Boy, that was.
I know. Look at you.
I got all choked up there. I got all choked up there. It's like,
Yes.
wow.
Wait, I have to know what is okay. So being in Syracuse, and you've been doing this for 25 years, you said, or more. I could be wrong. Yep. What is the weirdest thing someone has asked you to insure?
Yeah, locally. We'll joke about those.
We do that stuff.
Like around the world, but locally, that's a good question. Because people, insure. There's, twin insurance in case you have twins and you didn't know it.
Legs, faces.
Yep. Tom Jones, the old time singer,
Tom
had his
Jones
chest hair
claim.
insured.
Someone's body.
Yeah.
We don't have that in Syracuse.
No. Nobody in Syracuse needs their body insured.
How about a pet? How about a pet?
Okay,
that's
way to
a
lead
good
me.
one.
People
Right.
do ask about pet insurance.
Yep.
We don't really get into that, but there's certain homeowners coverage that do have endorsements for pets. And Tanisha, that is so big out there with family pets,
Yeah.
with
You
medical
should start
insurance.
it. You should
You're
start
right.
collecting money for that.
Well, it's out there, but it's just not our niche with
Okay.
what we do at the agency.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. It's Joe Convertino Jr., CH Insurance. Cup of Joe this week, live in studio. We'll get you back in again at some point, Joe, and make sure Tanisha's here because I know you saw the bottle of Jack here.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
today. Not today, but next time. How's
Let's
that?
wait
Have
for
a
her
shot with
before
me,
the
yes.
holidays.
Before the holidays.
Okay.
Joe, hey, thanks. Always
you.
great to get caught up. And then off the air and on Twitch, actually, one or more questions here that we'll run by you here in a moment, though. So it's 8:19. It's Gomez and Tanisha, and we'll be right back.